Hi, welcome back to the channel Quick Rips. Today I'll be doing a PSA reveal video. I have 57 cards. This was a lot from my Dunros mega boxes that I ripped. I think majority of this stuff came out of there. I went through, combed the cards, spent, days, hours combing through the cards. Everything I submitted I thought was a chance at getting a PSA 10. So I already know the grades. I went through it because PSA upcharged me, so they send you an email, and I didn't have the willpower to not look. So this was the bulk submission. Before they changed I think it was 45 days, business days or less, and now it's up to like 65. So I got in just before that change, and it was $20 a card for grading fees if you're a member, which is $150. But yeah, I'll go over the grades, and I have nothing in any certain order. I got upcharged for one card. I think it was actually this first card. I'm not happy with the grades. I'm gonna start there. This is the card I got upcharged for. I got a PSA 9, so it wasn't even a PSA 10. This was raw. This was for my Kabooms set to complete the set. There's a worthy in here somewhere. I completed the set, but I just got so frustrated with PSA and how slow they were. I ended up selling off a bunch of those cards because I find it's really hard to find someone that will buy a set like that. It's very expensive. I don't go to card shows. I think I'd have to go to the National or something to get someone with deep pockets that wants to buy a Kaboom set. So, it's something I did that was fun, but, it didn't have a ton of players IPC in it, so that's what kind of makes it a little sad. All right, anyway, here's where the rant's going to start. Downtown, PSA 9, Laporta. I don't know. Lots of 9s on the big cards. We'll just say that. Now, the optic previews, I went through these with a fine-tooth comb because you guys know I ripped over 500 megas, so I got a ton of these. So, PSA 10, Jaden Pink. All right. Bo, PSA 10, Pink. Lots of these. The Red Waves was much better. Got a PSA 9. Jordan Love, Downtown. You'll notice a theme with my downtowns. PSA 9. Josh Allen. I had 4 of these. PSA 9. These retros, I don't even know what they're going for. I didn't want to look because PSA took so long. At the time, they're going for a lot of money. PSA 10. I'm sure there's a come up here. $20 grading. Raw, these don't do well. So as a PSA 10, I'm sure it came up a bit. Guess we'll put we got a PSA 10 on the Caleb. Red. The red of the waves look great. Caleb Pink 10. Caleb Pink 10. Retros are hard to grade. May 9 because they're paper cards. McCarthy 10. McCarthy 9. Penix 10. I'll stack these. I guess I need to put my 9, 10 stacks. I'll put them together after. 9 on the retro. JJ. 9 on the Penix. And if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you tuning in. Usually I rip, but I do submit PSA stuff. So hit the like button, subscribe. Really helps me out. This card's like super loose. And comments are always appreciated. PSA 10 on the Penix. PSA 10. Pink. Penix. And then PSA 10. Bo. Red Wave. All right. See what's in this stack. I think all my Caleb's did really well on the optics. Jaden's did the worst of all the QBs, which is sad. Jaden 10 on the Red Wave. That looks sick. Color match. That is a sick card. Caleb 10. Jaden 10. Jaden 9 on the red. I thought all my Jaden Reds were going to tend to be completely honest. I went through them. May on the 9. All my Caleb optics gemmed, I believe. Pink, Caleb. 9 on the Retro May. Another 9 for Jaden. I think I had a very bitter grader. 10 on the JJ. Any of my big cards, that none of them gemmed. Penix on the 10. JJ on the 9. Hopefully, I think I'm done with those retros now. And then we got Jaden on the pink 10. Penix 9. Don't have a ton of 9s on the previews. Except for Jaden, of course. Caleb's, I think they're all 10s. Jaden, another 9. Downtown. I submitted 14 downtowns, guys. 14. This one got an 8, which was a joke. I would never submit something like that, so I don't know why it got an 8. Surface is the only thing I could think of on this one, but I cracked that one for sure. You know, so I complained to the pricing specialist, he calls them, because they're upcharging me. I said, oh, yeah, of course, I approve. I have to. And I saw the grades, and I'm like, can I get a regrade? He's like, well, we had 2 graders look through your downtowns. I said, there's no way I submitted 14 downtowns and 2 Kabooms and didn't get 1 PSA 10. He's like, well, you can just resubmit the cards. I go, how can I just keep them there and send it to another grader? I'll pay. He's like, no, you have to send in another submission. So they encourage you to crack your cards. They just want you to keep spending money. So I don't know. PSA is a total racket. I'm not a fan, but Cooper DeJean, they kind of have a monopoly on the value. Cooper, I went through a ton of these. I just said, well, I'll submit 1, and it got a 10. Thank goodness, because that was the only one I submitted. I went through so many of them. Probably could have had a lot more 10s on those, but I was like, I don't know if it's going to be worth it. At the end, Caleb 10. Tons of Caleb 10s, man. This is insane. Caleb 10. And I am selling all these cards. This card is Sigma only blue scope. These do real well because they're more rare. Penix on the 10. All right, last box. I think the total cost of this submission was like $1,274. So, I don't know. Jaden, 10. Jaden, 10. That's the Red Waves. Pink, Jaden, 10. Another 9. They hammered me the most on Jaden. I think that another 9. Worthy, I don't know how to tell if a Kaboom is a 9 or 10, so I wasn't upset about that. Josh Allen, PSA 8. Bo Nix, I thought this was a guaranteed 10, got a 9. But all my downtowns got a 9. Josh Allen downtown got a 9. I put 4 Allens in a row. So see, just to get 110, because I wanted to give 1 to my son, but didn't work out. Marvin Harrison, 9. Brock Bowers, 9. Total joke. They didn't give me 1 downtown. 9 on my downtown. 9 downtown. Never had this happen in the history of my grading. I usually get my downtowns graded very well in the past. I got a terrible grader. Rome, 9. Last card. Butkus, 9. This is the case hit stack of 16 cards. 2 8s, 14 9s. Let's stack them together. And I'm a loser. Can't really, let me zoom out. See, I lost. Zoom out a little more. You can see the stacks aren't so good. See that? So, yeah. Bad submission. I went through this submission closer than I ever have. I have 2 lights. I have microfiber cloths. I have gloves I wear. PSA sucks. I cannot stand them. They're horrible in every way. Why do I grade with them? I like their slabs more than the other. Well, I have a lot of their slabs, so I have like OCD and I like them to match. I PC certain cards, and then other stuff that I rip, like I have to sell it. Like, what am I going to do with it? I know the market is going to collapse on this stack completely. So what do you do with it? You hold it? No, you sell it, because the CJ Stroud Purple Shock last year, I think I had like 10 tens. I sold them all for $250. Now they're going for like $70. I don't know, they might be going for less. So you can't hold these cards. I mean, you can, but I don't PC the Bears. I don't PC the Jaden. So I'm going to sell these cards. That's what I'm going to do. Put it into more product or PCing cards. That's why I do it. People ask. My big question to you guys is, would you crack all these downtowns and just resubmit them? Because the come up on a downtown's pretty big. And there is zero chance that you get any greater, even just like emotionally. They're going to give you 110. I put 4 Josh Allens in a row in my submission. I'm like, well, they all look kind of good, but I just want 110. And I didn't get 110 on a single downtown. I've never had that happen. The Kabooms, you know, I don't have any expectations on Kabooms. They grade real tough. The Jadens were my cleanest cards of all, because I went through those the hardest, and they gave me the least amount of 10s on my Jadens. So my thought was I just had a really bitter person go through my thing, and they gave me the best grades on the worst cards. I don't know what else to think. I don't aimlessly just submit cards, so... And they encourage me to resubmit the cards, which is kind of weird. You know, they're promoting... They're just basically admitting, like, well, yeah, our grading process is very flawed. You know, you might get better grades if you resubmit them with a different grader. So I'm kind of torn. If I do it, I can't do the slow service at $20. I mean, I could, but their slow service, I have 65 business days, which is, it might be 75 business days. It's basically 3 months. You can pay $40 and get it back in 20 business days. That's what I would do. I think if I did all of them in one gem, to pay for it. If 2, it'd be a come up. I'm not sure what to do on it. Comment below if you would crack all these downtowns and resubmit them. I went through these so thoroughly, and I've showed you guys the bull crap that PSA does. I'll show again for everyone that thinks they know everything about grading, because nobody knows much about grading to an extent, because it's just all human emotion. Look at this card, PSA 10. It was the worst card I submitted on my last sub, but it was a different grader than this one. So this card has at least 50 print lines on it. It might have 1,000. They're just so small. The whole back is just lined with print lines. You know, I have no idea how many, but it looks like a cat scratched it or something. So this got a PSA 10, and it's just filthy. So, you know, the whole thing is kind of a joke, but it's the business or hobby we're in, and you don't have to use PSA. I don't like SGC slabs. BGS, I do like their slabs, but you know, when I'm selling cards, this is just the best way to go, unfortunately. But I'm just kind of getting deterred from doing any of this stuff lately, because, you know, it's becoming ever so catered to big business, and I think they're pushing people to go through GameStop and I don't know, bigger channels to submit their cards. And, you know, I'm just not sure what to think, but I just was in utter shock when I saw that. I got 0 10s on all these downtowns, and like I said, I've probably graded 20, probably 100, over 100 downtowns, and never had this happen. So I just got a bad grader. That's all I can say. And anyway, tell me if you guys would crack all these downtowns. PSA is kind of telling me to do it too. They said, oh yeah, just resend them in. So would you, you know, there's probably a couple in here there's definitely some in here that don't deserve 10s. Trust me. I'm not going to resubmit the 8s, because there may be something I didn't see. But the 9s, I'm not going to do anything with the Kabooms, because those are hard to gem. So just this stack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 12 downtowns. You know, it's $400. It's probably $500 to resub them. Josh Allen's not going to go down in value. Jordan Love, probably not. Laporta's already down. None of these will go down in value, because the ones that are real low are already real low, and the ones that are kind of high are not going to go down. Maybe Bo Nix, but I should have it back if I do the 20-day. So anyway, I'm just rambling. You know, it wasn't the worst submission if I would have got some gems on the downtowns, but it's just kind of heartbreaking. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and comment below, please, if you'd crack all these, and just resubmit them and see how many 10s you could get. I have cracked before. On one submission, I got I took out 5 cards that I knew in my from the way I analyze cards that were 10s potentially, and all 5 cards got a 10. So I've done it before, had a lot of success with it. I've never gone down a grade. So you just be out the grading fees, which aren't cheap, but anyway, thanks for tuning in, and comment below.